Okay, good evening, everyone. So welcome back to the session. I think online, like my voice is clear for you. Can you please confirm me online whether I'm audible or not for you? Okay, clear. So in today's class, we are going to see the concept of IAM. Which one? Which is very interesting topic actually. Okay, it comes with the security compliance in the real time. So let me go and explain the concept for you first of all, so they can we can do the practical part. And the class will be very interesting today and very logical also. Okay. First of all, if I speak about IAM, IAM stand for Identity and Access Management. IAM stand for what? So if you go to my console, wait. If you go to the console, in the console, if I type here IAM, if I'm open this one, you can see the full form. Full form is Identity and Access. The reason why I open the console, it is very lengthy to write the definition. That is the reason. Okay, so instead of writing Identity and Access Management, I can copy paste. That is the reason I open it. Fine. So basically, what is the main advantage? Like, what is the main priority of using the IAM? It is to provide the permissions for a user. See, let's go and assume one thing. Before I go for identity and access management concept, I need to tell you two things: authentication and authorization. What is authentication? Authentication means login. What it is? Authorization means yes, permission to work. Authentication means permission to login. Authorization means permission to both these authentication and authorization are permissions only. But one is to login and one is to, if you want me to tell one best example, all of us are coming to the class. That means you have permission to come to the class. That means all of us are authenticated people here. What kind of people? But all of us are authenticated. Who is having the permission to tell the class? Me. That means I am here authorized. What it is? This is the best example for authentication and authorization. So is the difference of authentication and authorization clear for all of you? Online, can you please confirm is the authentication and authorization clear for all of you or not? Okay, clear. So remember, this is gonna be very important for the interview aspect. Okay. So if I want to authenticate or if I want to authorize, I need to have the IAM concept here. But in real time, where you are going to use it. For example, let's take I'm having my cloud account. What I'm having? In your cloud account, you will be having your servers. To store, like to deploy the application, you'll be having the S3 buckets to store the data. I think all of you know what is S3, right? So here, if you go and see, I think SE is not done. Okay, don't worry. Tomorrow I'll tell. But you know how to, but I'll show you how to create the bucket. Creation of bucket is very easy. Okay. So now here, if I go and see, I'm having two users. How many users? User one is experienced user. User one is what? Experienced user. And user two is fresher. Similar to your rollback concept. Sir, for experience, can we give the complete like permission of our cloud like account? Yes, why? Because he's an experienced person, he will have the complete knowledge about the cloud, so we can give the complete information. But for fresher, can we give the complete like access? Why? Because if I give, unfortunately, if you do something wrong, it is gonna be result very badly. That is the reason I need to restrict the user. But even though if same persons are using the if fresher as well as experience are using the same account, there is a option to restrict them by using the concept called IAM. Which one? So whenever this experience want permission to only bucket, I can give the permission to only bucket. Now this experience want the permission for bucket, load balancer, everything. You want to get the end-to-end permission. I can give the end-to-end permission with the help of IAM user by using the admin access. Which access? So you know how to create the admin access. Already we're familiar with KOps and we're familiar with Ansible also. There I shown you how to give the administrator access. So now if I go and see here in the IAM, I'm directly going to show how to create the user and how to log into the console. Click on user here. I don't have any user, none. And one more thing, IAM is not specified to any region. It is globally accessible. It is globally. Similarly, your bucket is also going to be globally accessible, but which we are going to see on tomorrow's class. So click on create IAM user. Username will be, I'm going to give it as user one, or you can take fresher or anything. User one. Or like let's take as fresher, better. So are you seeing the option here? Provide user access to the AWS console management. It is overall read access. If I don't give overall read access, he cannot able to see the console. If he can't able to see console, how can he work, sir? Like that. So here I am creating the IAM user and a password. You have auto generate, you have custom. I'm going for auto generate. But if you want to put, you can put custom. So while you are giving the auto generate password, you are having the option to change the password for your next sign in. That means if you give auto generate, you will get some random password, right? Whenever if you get random password, later if you want to change your password, you need to enable this option here. But if you put custom password, that is normal. You can remember it, okay? But as of now, I'm going for auto generate. Click on next. So now currently, this pressure user want to get the permission. See, if you want to give permissions, you need to give the policies. What you need to give? Policies are nothing but the defined permissions for the user. So now fresher want to get the S3 access. Which access? If I put S3 full access, that means he can do everything in the S3. But instead of full, I can put S3 read access. Read means he can only able to see the bucket. Or I can give S3 write access. Okay. So like this, I can be able to give the permissions. But as of now, I'm giving S3 full access. Click on next. Click on create user. The moment if you create user, if you want to sign in, so you are going to use this console link. But guys, remember, if you open the link in the same browser, your current session will be logged off. Just like for Jenkins, we use RBAC in the different browser. Na? So here also to log in with this fresher user, I need to go for the different browser. So what I'm doing now is I'll be taking different profile here. In my Google Chrome only, I'm going to take the different profile now. So I'm continuing without account. It's my dummy account. So here you can see these instructions you are going to download to your local. See, whenever if you go to organization, the first thing they will do is they will give the username password for your account. How they will do is they will create the user for you. After creating the user, they are going to allocate permission for you. Initially, there won't be much permission, only limited permission. After creating that one, now they are going to email your sign in instruction. So if I click on this one, automatically what happened now, I can send email to your account. For example, let's take I'm opening my mail here. Just once. So from this mail, so already you will be having your company mail. Okay. So I think I need to add account for it. Wait. If I click on email sign in instruction, array man, it's opening this one. Okay. Add account. I'll have the Google, but I think it's already pre-configured in my account. So click on next, but I don't know the password. Acha, no worries. Wait. I mean, it is no need to show, but I just want to show you. Okay. So go here. I'll be giving the DevOps Beraham. So password, I'm giving it now. Two-step verification will come here. I need to click on yes. If you already have the account to your added to your current mission, so no need to do it all this one. Anything is fine. For authentication, it's completely up to your choice, whatever you want to use. So I'm trying to log in here. Oh man, I lost the network. It's taking some time. Okay, fine. I am recently experiencing an issue. Red signals are not coming as per the previous days. Is anyone facing the same issue here? Wait. Internet issues. Previously, net was working very fine, but recent days we are facing a lot of network issues. Are you facing the same issues? Like it's global outage, I think so. So currently, I just want to continue here. Fine. Just fine. So now you can go and you can try to sign in and you can send this email actually. Okay. So in this way, what you can do is you can email the credentials to the person who come to your organization. Okay. Send a message by using the Raham. See from this Outlook. So what I can do is, so I'm telling that hello. For example, if like Anirudh come to my organization, hello Anirudh. Welcome to Team DevOps. You now have the access for the management console. So I'm just going to do the same thing here for my user. Whoever come to my organization, this is the first thing I do for them. Okay. So from my address is DevOps Birham and to address. So Anirudh, tell me your like email. Ni dot taluri. Or let me do one thing. Basically, I have some other account. I'll just want to show it here for you. Wait. So let me open some other account of me. Mail. The Gmail I have Sheikh Mustafa 136. So it's my brother account actually. So I'm gonna send this for here. Oh, it's asking the authentication. Okay, fine. Like let me give it for some other account. So I can go and tell me ani.talori 00 at the rate gmail.com. So now automatically if I click on send, what will happen? Anirudh will get the email notification. So he will come to know, okay, this organization people has created me the IAM user. So I can be able to log into the console and I can able to work. But here Anirudh is having the permission for which kind of access here? S3. Apart from S3, can you able to do anything here? No, like this. So if I click on send, directly the email is going to be triggered, but I'm going to discard this one. Why? Because I don't want to send. I just want to show you the process. So I'm clicking on discard. That's it. So is the step number one clear for all of you? How to create the IAM user and how to send the email for the people in the organization? Yes. Online, can you please confirm is the process clear for all of you or not? And can anyone switch off the AC? You can put the button. Guys, what about remaining people? I'm getting response from only few. This is very, very important concept. You need to be responsive. Okay. So fine. So if I go here and if I try to see the console, what is the IAM username here? Pressure. Let me go and give it here. And what is the password? It is auto generate password. If you want me to show, click on show. Pressing auto generate. If I click on sign in, next time it is going to ask me the new password. Why? Because you enable the password changing option. So old password now give it. So fresh password you can put whatever you want. I'm giving some fresh password now. That's it. So now this complete new user. What happened? Wait. So now this user can able to log into my AWS console. Okay. So if I go here and if I type S3, he can be able to see S3 bucket. Of course, if there is any bucket, he can be able to see and he can be able to create the bucket also. See how to create the bucket is very easy. Click on create the bucket. Bucket name will be unique. I'll explain in tomorrow session. But for as of now, remember, whatever the bucket name you are giving, it should not be matched to any of the bucket name in the entire AWS accounts. Not on your account, entire global accounts. So I'm giving DevOps 6 p.m. April batch. I'm going to give like this. Click on create the bucket. Now this fresher can able to create the bucket or not, sir? And in this bucket, if you go and see, if I want to upload any option, click on upload, click on add files. I just want to add some normal dump files here. So I want to add the interview questions here. Can I able to upload this or not, sir? Why this fresher can able to do it means he has the full permission of S3. Which permission? Full permission, right? But if the same fresher, if try to see the EC2 instances, or if you try to create the EC2, is he gonna create? Why he can't? Because he is having only, are you getting API error? API error means he cannot able to do it. Or even though if you want to create the load balancer is also going to be show the same thing. Are you seeing the user fresher is not authorized to perform the below operations? But sir, if I want to give permission for him, what I want to do, I need to go to the user here and I need to give the permission here. So in the permission, currently I'm having two permissions. S3 full access, IAM user password change. If I want to add permission, click here, add permission, policies. Now which access I want to give? EC2 full access. Which one? EC2 full means you can create load balancer, auto scaling, everything. Why? Because that is also part of your EC2. Click on add permission. Now previously you are getting the issue, but if I click on refresh, like refresh the entire browser, now he can able to see the load balancer page. And if I go to instance, can you able to see instances here? Of course, in this region we don't have. Let me go to some other region. In Northern Virginia, already I'm having the instance. Are you able to see instances here? Now, even if you want to create a new instance, directly click on launch instance. I'm just selecting some of the default things here. Click on launch. Can you able to do it or not, sir? He can launch the instance, he can stop it, he can do termination, anything. Why? Because he is having the EC2 full access. But instead of giving EC2 full access, if I do EC2 read-only access, he can only able to see EC2. Let me show you that one also. So if I go to user again, click on add permission, click on add permission. Now in the attached policy, I want to give EC2 read-only access. Which access? If I click on add permissions, now automatically he can only able to see. Sir, currently he can able to see the EC2. But if we try to delete, is it going to delete or not, sir? I have given EC2 read-only access. But if I try to delete, is it going to delete or not? It will delete. Why? Because you are having EC2 access and full access. This is the point number one. Whenever if you are having full access, your read only, write only will not work. So if I try to terminate, or even if I try to stop, this action will be performed. Why? Because he is having the full access. If I go back to my old console, you can see he is having EC2 full access and EC2 read only. Whenever if you are seeing full access and read only access, always high priority will be going for. So let me go and remove the full access now. How to remove the permission means select this one, click on remove. That's it. Now if I go back to console, if I want to start this server, okay, or if I want to stop any of other servers, see currently I want to stop my Jenkins. How I can do? Click on stop. So click on stop. What is happening here? Why it stopped? I removed the permission. Huh? I removed the permission, but still why it is coming? Wait. Acha, you want me to terminate? Huh? Okay. Go here and let me start it. I'll start it. What is happening? We are not authorized. Okay. So I'll do this action with one more server. Let me go and let me stop. Is it happening now? And here also if I go and if I give stop. Is it happening now? Sir, I can be able to stop, but am I able to start them? Let me go and let me start any of the instance. Why I'm not able to do? Because you are not read only can able to do stopping, but can we able to start? No, but even though if you want to give not stopping permission, you can go and give. For example, if I go and if I click on drop down, in the drop down, you can see this one. This is the policy actually, which we are going to see in the upcoming session. So in the allow section, you can get the metrics, you can get them, you can describe, you can do all of them. Okay, I'll explain what is them later. Okay, but as of now, don't worry. So this is how the IAM user is going to work. So based upon the user, we are going to give the permission. Is the concept of creating user and giving permission for all of them clear? Online, can you please confirm me? Is the permission part of user clear for all of you or not? Give me 1 second. Okay. So the next concept in IAM is gonna be groups. Which one? So this is also called as user group. Sir, for example, if I want to allocate permission for multiple people at the same time. So in that case, I'm gonna create the groups. So let me go and quickly show this one. First of all, let me create multiple users. I'm gonna create 3 users called user 1, user 2, user 3. So user 1, I'm gonna create, but I'm not giving any permission. See. Control. See, as of now, I'm not giving any permission. Okay, so click on next. Click on create user. Only I'm creating the user. Apart from that, I'm not doing anything. So I don't want to download the file. So click on return to user list. Okay. Similarly, I want to create the user 2 and user 3. Username, user 2. And one more thing, if you don't download the password, what will happen? Can you be able to sign in? You create the user, but you forgot to download the password. So in that case, it is not able to see. If I click on return to user list, it is telling that you can't view or download the password. If you continue, you cannot retrieve the password in future. Instead, you must need to create a new password for the user. Okay, fine. Click on continue. Now I'm having 2 users without any permission. So if I want to give permission for them, click on user group, click on create group. Group name will be, I'm going to give it as DevOps. What I'm going to give? I want to add user 1, user to the DevOps group. And kind of permission, I want to give them S3 full access. Which access? Or if I want to give them complete access, I can give admin access. So if I click on administrator access, now these people can get the complete access. So like this, we can give the permission for the group also. So you can create multiple users and you can pull them through the group and you can allocate the permission for the group. Now here you need to ask a question. Sir, in real time, if I have a user, how can I, like how many times I can add user to the group? A single user can be part of 10 groups. How many groups? That means if I have a user called Raham, I can add to group 1, group 2, group 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But if you want to add him to the 11th group, it is not possible. And groups cannot be nested. That means if I have a group, inside that group, I cannot create one more group. These are the 2 parameters, like 2 points you need to understand. Groups cannot be nested and a single user can be part of 10 groups. And one more thing, if we have a user in the group, let me show you the process here. For example, see, currently I am going to add one more user to the group, user 1 user 2 are only 2 users, but I want to add one more user. Click on add user. I want to add the user call. Now tell me one thing. This fresher is having the permission of S3 full access in this group. Which access? But if you go to the user level, again this fresher is having the complete admin access. Now which one will work? Admin access will work. Which one? If you want me to show, currently I am on which user? Fresher. In the group, he is having the S3 permission. But in the user level, he's having the. So which one is top here? Admin level is top. So automatically it is going to work for you. So if I click on refresh, basically I cannot see the servers. Why? Because I give permission for S3. But how I am able to see them? Because I have given the admin access. So remember, always the permission is gonna work in the high level permission. That means if I have a user read access and write access and full access, always coming to the priority, which access will work top? Full access. Here it is practically showed or not, sir? Online is the point clear for all of you know? Okay. So this is the concept of the IAM groups. Which concept? So user is to give the permission for the user level. But if I want to give permission for multiple user, I need to give the IAM group. Is the logic clear for all of you know? Yes. And one more thing, sir, previously you forgot to download the credentials of user called user 1 and user 2. Now, if I want to log in with them, how can I log in? Why? Because I don't know the credential now. So in that case, what you can do is you can directly go here and you can see the ARN and everything, right? So if I go to the groups, of course, this is the part of DevOps group here. Tags, I don't have any tags. Coming to security credentials in the management console. Are you seeing the link here? Copy this link. Now I'm showing you how to log in with the user 1. What is the name of the user? I know the name will be user 1. See, if I try to log in with new user, my old session is going to be logged off. Have you seen this one? That is the reason I ask you to use the separate browser. Okay. Name of the user will be user. But I don't know password. So in that case, how can I get the password? It is very easy. Go to the console. Password, like last login to the console is never. If you go to management console access, are you seeing a reset password? So click on auto generate and you can go for custom. For example, I'm going for first custom here. So I'm going to give user 1 only. So, but you need to give at least 8 characters. So I'm giving user AWS 1. Click on reset. And you need to give one special character also. I have given. No thanks. So now also you can download the file. But I'm not downloading. Why? Because I don't want it. So if I go here and if I give user 1, I mean like AWS at the rate of 1 I have given. Wait. User AWS 1 at the rate. Is the user able to log into the console or not, sir? Now currently this user is having which permission? S3. But if we try to see EC2, is it going to work for him? No, you are going to get the API error. Which error? What you are getting here now? If I go to instances, still is user can, well, sorry, still is user 1 can able to see it or not, sir? How he can able to see? Because I have given the admin access. But if I remove the admin access, can he able to see them? No. If you go to here in the user group, this group is having the permission of administrator. Which one? But if I remove this one, automatically he'll be losing the access. Go ahead and see. Click on the browser refresh. Okay. Currently, what happened? User 1 is not authorized. Why? Because I haven't given any kind of access. So in this way, we can also give permission for the group level. You can give permission for user level and you can give permission for the group level. So are these both clear for all of you know? Online, can you please confirm is the concept of users and group clear for all of you or not? Great. And in IAM, you need to know about something called as principle. What you need to know about? Principle. Principal means the person who is using the service. Principal means the person who is using the principal can be a user, principal can be an application, or principal can be a service. The person, I mean, like the thing which is using the what we call permission, that is called as principal. Permission can be used by the user, permission can be used by the application, and permission can be used by the service. So remember, the person who is using the permission can be quoted as principal here. That's it. Now coming to the section of roles. You need to know about the roles very, very carefully. I'll explain what are them. So let me go here and let me show you something here. AWS policy types. In interview, they are going to ask you like how many type of policies we are going to have on AWS. If I go here in the official documentation, basically we are having totally 6 types. How many? But among them we use only 2 majorly. First one will be identity based policies. Second one will be resource based. Third one, permission. Fourth one, organization. Fifth one, access. And sixth one. But among them, mostly we are going to use 2. How many of them? 2. First one is going to be identity based policies. And second one will be resource based. This will be the most used policies among the 6 here. First one will be identity. Second one will be what? Resource based. Which one? Identity based policies means it is very easy. Identity based policies are JSON permission policy document that control what action that a user, group, and roles can be using. That means, for example, let me go and see. Currently, whatever the permissions you are using, that comes under identity. That means you attach the permission for a user or group that will come to the identity based. Again, in identity based, we are having 2 types: AWS managed policies, custom managed. See, for example, if you go and see, currently, I'll be going to my user. See, I want to give the S3 full access for this user. For the user 1. So what I can do? I'll be going here in the IAM, in the user groups, in the DevOps. For user 1 and user 2, I want to give which kind of access? S3 full, or you can go with fresher also. Let me go and go for the fresher here. Any user is fine, but for the better purpose, I'm taking here fresher. For this fresher one, currently what kind of access you are having? S3 full access. So let me use the credential to login. Okay, so go for security credential. I want to log in as fresher user now. So I think all of you know how to log in. Okay. So username will be what here? Fresher. If you forgot the password, what you need to do? Click on the manage console. Here click on reset custom password. Okay. I'm gonna give. So I've given. No thanks. Close. Now can fresher able to log into the console? So guys, this is one of the real-time activity what you are going to be involved. So understand the concept very easily. Currently, I'll be going to the EC2 instance here. I mean, sorry, S3 buckets. Okay. So if I go to S3 bucket, in the S3 bucket, what I'm trying to do is how many buckets I'm having here? 1 bucket. Let me try to create one more bucket with some different name. I'm gonna have it for 4 p.m. batch. One is 6 p.m. batch, second one is 4 p.m. batch, for example. How many buckets you are having now? Patch. It's not accessible. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me delete the buckets. Why? Because I want to give some different name. Let me delete them. So I want to like show something for you. So bucket is not empty. Okay, empty. One more thing, guys. Once if we create a bucket, bucket name will not be changeable. You cannot change it. Okay. I just recreate. Why? Because I want to explain some concept for you. For example, in my organization, let me tell you scenario what exactly I faced. In my organization, what happened? We are having S3 bucket in our cloud account, but unfortunately, we'll be having some hundreds of buckets in real time. I mean, like not 100. I'll be saying it as around 50 buckets. How many buckets? So here I'm taking 3 buckets as of now. So as a DevOps engineer, I can be able to access the all buckets. Why? Because I'm a DevOps engineer. So I need to manage all of them. So I can be able to access the bucket number 1, bucket number 2, and bucket number 3. So now what happened? Whenever we do the deployment, we will be getting the logs. What we will be getting? I shown you logs in last class also. That logs you want to give to developers. That logs you want to give to whatever the logs you are getting from server, that logs you need to give to the developer. So now in this case, I want to give the access for developers for the EC2 instance. But developers don't know what is EC2. And if there is something wrong, the application will be down. So in that case, it is going to be very risky to give the EC2 access or not, sir. So for that case, what I am doing, I am uploading the logs to the buckets and I am asking the developer to take the logs from the bucket. So buckets is very easy to access. Okay. Directly developer can go to the bucket and take the log file. But here my question is, out of 3 buckets, I am putting the logs on only 1 bucket. I am putting the logs on. Now my developer need to access only this bucket. Why? Because I have only the logs in the bucket called logs bucket. Which bucket? I'm going to give the name as logs bucket. Okay. Logs bucket. So now tell me, sir, if developer try to access all the buckets, here I'm having some security information. Can we give developer access to the rest of the buckets or only logs buckets? Only logs bucket. So in that case, how exactly we are going to work with IAM? So check it. So currently I'm going to create 3 buckets. So go here and click on like this is the bucket number 1. Fine. Create bucket number 2. Bucket number 2 can be security bucket 0099. I'm giving some random number. Okay. No need to take that one. So here what I'm doing, in security bucket, I'm uploading some files. So I'm uploading some files here. No, normal files only I'm uploading. Okay. Of course, you can upload any file. That's completely fine. So click on close. And in the normal DevOps where also I'm uploading some files. Previously I have some files, but okay, like let me re-upload. Any files you can upload, that is random files. So I'm gonna give this one file, dummy file. Fine. So now what happened, unfortunately, here both of my buckets are having the data. Let's take like it is some sensitive data. Now I'm gonna create one more bucket called dev bucket for logs. Create the bucket. See, bucket creation is very easy. You can directly go and single click. Okay. So now I'm going to upload some log files here. What I'm going to upload here. But before that, like already in my previous class, I have Jenkins logs. Okay, fine. Let me create a file called log file. In my local, I'm creating the file called log file. Okay. Log file. So now this file I want to upload to my S3 bucket. So just go here and try to upload. Of course, I am doing it from fresher user, but of course I'll create some other user. Why? Because fresher is having full access as of now. Okay. So in my desktop, log file. Guys, basically I need to do it from admin access. I mean like admin account, but I'm doing from fresher. Why? Because fresher is having the full access. So don't mention, don't mind it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a user that is called as dev user. Which user? So from the admin account, you can go here. You can click on users. So go back to it. Click on the user called dev user. Which user? Provide console management. I want to create IAM user. So auto generate password I want. Click on next. And one more thing. Wait. So next time I don't want to change the password. I can untick it. Okay. So here coming to attach policy. What I want to give now? S3 full access. It is AWS policy. That means AWS will give the default policies. Okay. Next, click on create user. So user is created. Now I'm going to sign into the console. I'm going to copy the user and password. What is the name of the user? Dev user. What is the password? Some random password. Now this developer user want to see files from which bucket, sir, as per the diagram? Logs bucket, right? I have totally 3 buckets. He want to see he want to take files from only logs bucket. So in that case, like if I go here, if I click on S3, I means developer, he can be able to see all of these buckets. Okay. So now coming to the logs bucket, can he able to see the logs here? If I click here, I can download this log to my local. Like my local means developer local. But this developer is trying to get the files from other buckets. See, he is going to the security bucket and he is trying to open the files. Now are these files opening or not, sir? If I click on open, it is going to be open. Opening or not? Now you tell me, if I give the unwanted access for the developer, it is going to be misleading my permissions or not, sir? So in that case, now how you are going to respond? Developer want to access the files from only one specific bucket among all of them. So by default, already we know, coming to identity based policies, we are having 2 types, AWS managed and custom one. AWS managed policies will not solve this kind of issue. So definitely we are going to use the custom policy. Which one? So how to create the custom policy means if we come here, okay, in AWS you have something called as policy generator. If you go to policy, okay, these will be the policies. If you go and see in the all types, how many type of policies we are having? 2 types. One is AWS mandated job one. Second one is gonna be AWS mandated. See, if I select the first one, I'll be getting only 11 matches. AWS mandated job function. But if I select second one, I'll be getting 1191. But none of the policies are not going to work for me. Why? Because I have some specific requirement. Whenever if you are having specific requirement, you need to use a policy generator. What we need to use? Sir, you can go to the browser and you can type AWS policy generator. It is the method number 1 to give the policies. And method number 2 will be, if you go to user, in the dev user only, you can go in the permission, in the policy. Are you seeing create inline policy? Okay, you can use AWS policy generator or even though you can use inline policy. Anything will be giving the same output for you. So I'm using the inline policy here. Coming to service, you want to create the service. I mean, like you want to create policy for which service? Type here S3. Next, coming to, I am going to give manual action for all of them. I am selecting all of them here. So coming to the resource, you want to give permission for all the resources or only specific resource? So I want to give the policy for only specific resource, specific bucket, copy the bucket name. So definitely in the name of bucket, you need to go here and you are going to give the bucket name. The moment if you click add the bucket name here, now automatically what will happen, if I click on next, I'll be getting the policy. Policy name is going to be dev S3 policy. Click on create inline policy. The moment if you click on inline policy, now automatically the policy added for the dev user or not, sir? Now this policy can enforce the developer to take files from only one bucket, that is dev bucket. Now if I go and if I click on refresh, and or you can refresh the browser here completely. So here I am going for dev bucket logs. Can you able to access them? Yes. But even though if I go to the other buckets, can you able to access the other bucket? Sir, with the help of custom policy, you give the permission to only one bucket. But how this person can able to access the multiple buckets now? You know the answer already. Yes. So if you go to dev user, already dev user is having the full access. Whenever if you are having full access, the custom policies is not going to work. Already you know. Click on select this one. Click on. Now if I remove this policy and if I go here and if I click on refresh the browser, I'm coming back. I'm clicking the refresh here. Now you cannot see the access for the rest of the buckets. So I'm going for dev bucket. Insufficient. Why it is insufficient now? DevOps by RAM. Of course, these are getting insufficient. That is fine. Okay. Everything is getting insufficient. That is fine. But sir, I want to access the bucket of dev bucket logs, right? But why still it is also like why still it is not able to access? Because in the policy we have done a small mistake intentionally only. Okay, I'll explain what is that mistake. If I delete this policy, click on again permission. I'll show you one more time. So click on create inline policy. Select here what? Coming to the manual actions here, what you gonna do? Effect will be allow here. I'm gonna give all here. So coming to here resource, I'm going to give the name of the bucket here. It is my bucket name. Make sure that you are not having any kind of space here. Addition the space there. Okay. So I removed the space. Click on add ARN. Click on next again dev S3 policy. Create policy. Now you have the policy now. If I go back here, currently I'm on which bucket? Dev bucket. You need to see the logs now. Can you able to see log? Now if I go back to the rest of the buckets, DevOps, can I able to see this one now again? Again. Now if I come back to security bucket, can you able to see it now? Why is not able to see this one? Wait, let me ask this question one more time. Click on refresh. He cannot see the files on the security bucket. He cannot see the files on the DevOps. But can he able to see the files on dev bucket or not, sir? That means our requirement satisfied or not, sir? Previously it not worked, but now it is working. Why? Because previously there is a small space for the bucket. Before the bucket name, there is a small space. That is the reason it is not working. But second time, when I show you that one, have I removed the space or not, sir? Is it working or not, sir? That is the reason. The reason I showed second time is first time I know there is space. But I want to show you if you give small mistake, then it is not going to work. So is the concept of creating custom permissions clear for all of you know? Online, can you confirm is the concept of creating the custom permissions clear for all of you or not? This is one of the real-time activity what you're gonna do. Even in my organization, I do the same activity for my developers. Whenever I deploy the application, if those people want to access the log, I'll copy the log to the buckets and ask them to take the logs from the buckets. But I'm gonna give the separate IAM user for them. Based upon the user only, they are going to take the logs from the S3 bucket. So again, if you go back, sir, this is not applicable for only EC2, sorry, S3. We can do a lot of activities with it. For example, if I go to add permission again, if I go to create inline, you can do it for EC2 also. Let me take the service of EC2 now. In the EC2, I want to give all EC2 actions. Okay. So if I go and see now, sir, if I want to work with one specific EC2, let's take, I'm having a lot of servers. I'm going to take it as Jenkins EC2. Oh, wait. I'll go to EC2 in the So by default, Fresher is not having the EC2 access that you know. Is Fresher having any kind of EC2 access? No, right? But what I'm trying to do is, let me explain. I'm going to create a policy for EC2. I'm just like applying for specific EC2 and name you can give instance. So here you are going to give region name. What is the region? Our instance is working. US East 1. US East 1. So here resource instance. So what we need to give now, if I click on any instance, it is gonna work for all. But I want to give only for. So you are going to remove the space. So if I click add ARN and if I click on next, and one more thing here, basically you need to give a lot of permissions. So if you give all of the permission, then we can create the custom policy for our EC2 also. Previously you create custom policy for S3, but now you are creating the custom policy for EC2. But in real time, 99.99% you create custom policy for mostly S3, majorly. There are some other applications also, but we focus on S3 majorly like that. So this is the concept of IAM policies. Which one? And let me explain the policy basically. If you go and see in the concept of IAM, where is IAM here? If I go to the concept of users here, let me go to dev user. This dev user is having a policy. What is asking? If I click on this one, are you getting the policy here? Let me explain what is this. It is the policy version. It is not the date or it is not time. It is a policy default version. It is a default value. Coming to statement. Okay. So I have created this from Visual Editor. Effect allow means you are allowing the permissions. If I put deny, that means the below actions are not going to be happen. But if I put allow, the below actions like get access point, get jobs, everything, whatever the actions you are seeing, everything is allowable now. Now coming to resource star will indicate it is going to apply for all resource. Okay. So now coming to the action here, in the next resource, you are going to give the only particular bucket name. That means this resource called dev bucket logs is going to be applicable for this policy. Rest of the resource is not going to be applicable. So here you need to understand version by default. Effect allow means you are going to give permission. Action means below action will be applicable like that. Resource star will be indicating all. And there is one more thing called principal. Principal means the person who is using the permission. That can be a user, that can be a group, that can be role, any other thing. That's it. So is the concept of custom policies clear for all of you know? Online, can you please confirm is the concept of custom policy clear for all of you or not? It is automatically generated. We given the inline permission now. If you select the options, it is automatically generated. Okay. JSON, yeah. You can do it from AWS S3 policy generator also. AWS policy generator you can do, or you can do it from inline policy. Both will be having the same result. Custom policy also JSON. See, policies will be written on JSON format only. There is no other format. Like that. JavaScript object notation, JSON stand for. And the next one is gonna be roles. Which one? Before I explain roles, there is a concept called advisory. I'll tell what is the advisory here. Sir, for example, as an administrator, you want to know what the different people in your organization doing in your account. For example, you give access for fresher. You want to check what kind of work is doing by fresher. Then in that case, how can you check? So if I go here in the dev user, are you seeing access advisory? Are you able to see it or not? In the access advisory, I can be able to see what this person is doing. I'm able to see it now. If I click on service access, currently is accessing which service here? S3. Apart from that, is he accessing anything here? No. And even though if I go for here, access analyzer, in the access analyzer of US system, you can create one analyzer actually. But here I'm not gonna create this one. Let me show you. Go for used access. If I click on create analyzer, the moment if I click on create analyzer, automatically whatever I'll be doing, it is gonna be tracked. What is gonna happen here? Tracked. I can see services access. Huh? I can see the person who is accessing it one. So like this, I can be able to see all the tracked access for the particular user. And if you go to account settings, in the account settings, you can see like tokens, username, password, everything you can able to see it. Like this. And you can see service control policies, SCP. Your account is not okay. This is work for like all organizations, but I don't want it now. Yes, it's a global service. You can do basically in the access advisory, you can see it actually what the person is doing actually. Sorry? Yeah. I am using a root account, right? Root account means like I am the user actually. I am the admin user. See, for example, if there is a user called dev user, I want to see what he is doing. In that case, what I can do, For example, let's go for fresher. I want to see what fresher is doing. Click on access advisory. Here you can go and check. Currently, what kind of access he is having? He is having access for AWS S3. He is having like access for EC2, CloudWatch, load balancing, autoscale, everything. For example, today he has access to the S3 service. I want to see what he done on the S3 service. Click on Amazon S3. You can see in the S3. Okay. He listed the buckets. He's seen the bucket versioning and he get the bucket ownership. He done the encryption, everything. Are you able to see it or not, sir? Like this, he can like our admin means me. I can able to monitor the complete activities done by the user. For example, let's say there are two users who is using the same user and password. Okay, sorry, like there are two users in the organization, user one and user two. User two removed the S3 bucket, but telling no, I haven't done. User one is done that one. Can I able to track it or not, sir? So cheating is not possible in the IAM. You are be tracked, okay, like that. So in the access advisory, you can go and check what is the level of permission you are having for the user, and you can see what that user done on the console. Okay, you can filter everything. For example, I want to see what this user done for the EC2. This fresher user I have given, like for the fresher, I have given the EC2 access. If I go for advisory, I can see this fresher has done all of these activities in 2 days. Okay. Of course, there are second page and third page. Also see, you can see the second page, third page, fourth page, fifth. You can get all of them. Is the point clear for all of you? Know? Huh? Dev user cannot see. Only admin can see it. Okay. Like this. If you want to see it, you need to get the full permission of IAM. Then only you can able to see. But by default, I'm admin, so I'll be having the admin access, so I can see everything. Is it clear for all of you? Know? Online is the access advisory. Clear for all of you? Know? Okay. I'll take a couple of minutes of rest. I'm getting completely exhausted. Give me a couple of minutes only. One more thing, in real time, nobody will get the full access. Admin access nobody will get. And nobody will use the root account in real time. Everybody will use the IAM user only. And nobody will get the admin access until and unless you are a team manager and team leader. Okay. And there is one more thing called credentials report. Wait, credentials. No, you can ask, you can request, you need to send a mail. You need to send a mail to manager. If manager approve, then he'll get. Yes. Wait, I was searching for an option. I just want to show you. Wait. See, are you seeing password policy here? Currently, what is the minimum characters length? It is given by AWS, but I want minimum 15 characters. Click on edit. Custom. In the custom, minimum characters I want is customizable. Okay. You can do customization also like this. And STS, you don't know what is the STS, so you can leave it as of now. Very high security. We can implement all of them actually in real time, but nobody will do this one. But for high level security, you can do it as per your requirement. And if you go to dashboard, this is the dashboard of your IAM actually. Okay, the complete. And you can add the MFA multi-factor authentication. And to tell you this one also, guys. Yeah, whenever if you are log into your account by default, you can log in with username and password. But we can add MFA. MFA stands for multi-factor. And one other thing we can do is keys. With the help of keys also we can be able to access. What is the meaning of key? It's like a pen drive key. Like I'll show you it. Click on add MFA. It's a third party device actually. Like look like a pen drive. So device name, I'm gonna give it as Raham. No, that is different. So in the MFA, you are having three options. First of all, passkey. So that means you can give your fingerprint for IAM. Second one, authenticator app. This can be Google Authenticator. This can be Duo Mobile. In our organization, we use Duo Mobile. And third one is hardware TOP token. That means you are going to have the key actually. It look like a pen drive. Okay. Yeah. So basically in the real time use for military, stock market, and this kind of high level information, login information will be done with the hardware TOP token. Okay. So it is a physical device actually. It's a physical device. Click on next. But I want the authenticator app here. Click on next. So if you want to download the authenticator, so just click on list of compatible applications. It is going to tell me what kind of authenticators I can use. By default, most people use Google Authenticator, but there is one more thing called Duo Mobile. Which one? So Duo Mobile also you can be able to access. If you go to the Android, are using Duo Mobile here. And for iOS also you can be able to use. And there is one more thing called Microsoft Authenticator. Basically, a lot of people will use Google Authenticator, but there is one more thing called, this is also going to be accessible. So once if you download this to your local, you are going to scan the QR code. So click on show QR code. You can be able to scan. Now you are going to enter two codes. The moment if you enter two codes, click on add MFA. Directly MFA code will come to your mobile. That's it. It is very, very easy process and I want to set it up by all of you. Yeah, whenever the next time you are going to log in, it is going to ask for you. Yes, yes. That's it. So if you do this one, automatically your MFA will be logged in. So you need to scan the QR code, you need to download the Google Authenticator to your mobile, and you are going to provide the code here. Okay. Two codes we are going to provide. Yes. So click on add MFA. For example, I am giving the code 23456. No, I'm just showing you how to do this. Okay. 6. Click on add MFA. It is not working. Why? Because This code will be given by the Google Authenticator, but here I am entering my code. Okay, but I am telling you, you need to enter your code for it. The moment if you enter, click on add MFA. There is second, the step is completed. That's it. I hope online is the it is clear for all of you, like how to add the authenticator. And in future, if you want to remove the authenticator also, you can remove the authenticator option. But it is better to use the MFA for your high profile. Definitely in real time also, we are going to use the MFA for login purpose. That's it. And one more thing also, basically, if you go to the account details here in the IAM dashboard, no, you can't. You can't. For example, what is the username here? Satya191211. If you want to change, click on edit. There is the option to edit the username, password, and everything. Okay. So this is also one of the option what we can do for the AWS IAM. So that's it, the concept of the AWS IAM. So here we have seen the concept of policies, users, groups, access level advisory, MFA. That's it. And there is one more thing called roles actually. Roles I'm going to explain on tomorrow's session with the S3 buckets. Okay, I'll gonna show you how to use the roles in S3 bucket. Roles is also going to give the permissions only. That's it. So now if you're having any doubts or any queries over today's class, you can ask me. But before going for doubts and queries, how's the class for all of you today? Is it clear? Understandable? Online, can you please confirm me how's the class for all of you today? Okay. Sorry. I have given it to you, right? There I have everything mostly. If that is not added, I'll try to add it, okay? Because we still a lot of days we are having for the course now, I'll add. So guys, getting the idea about IAM is gonna be very, very important in real time. So I will definitely recommend all of you to know the IAM. Okay, that's it. Current scenario, if you don't give the permission, definitely I'll tell you one of the recent thing that I have seen. Let me show you. If you don't give proper permission, you are going to lose some crores. This is real. Recently, there is an issue happened. Wait. Hmm. If you see this one, Indian Techie, 12th June. That means exactly like 9 days ago. Indian National, like there is a person called Nagarjuna. He was fired by the some of the so and so company. Okay. So what he done, he have the access. He was fired, but he has the access. He removed all the servers. And you know what is the estimation cost of loss here? How much it is? 9,18,000. That is Singapore dollars. It's not Indian rupees, man. If I convert the value into Indian rupees, see what is the value? What is the value? Ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, lakhs, and less crores. 5 crores 66. How big the thing is, sir, here? And he removed how many servers, 180 servers. How many servers? 180. So approximately 5.6 crores. So see, if the admin of that organization give the proper permission for him, will this occur? Will this occur, sir? That is the reason I have given the proper access in the initial. In the initial, I shown you how to stop the server, but have I given the access to terminate the server? That dumb guy, the person who is working as admin, he haven't given that access to him. That is the reason. Might be, see, that we cannot do. See, if some person send the fired mail, say I'm the manager, I'm sending the firing mail, but I'm not independent to IT team. How come the IT team will know? If the IT team doesn't know about it, how can they remove the access? See, I'm the manager. You are my DevOps teammate. You are the person who is giving access to the team members. I fired him immediately. I don't inform it to you. Then how will you remove the access? It is better to remove the access first and terminate them later. Or otherwise, you've seen the loss, right? How much the loss is? 5.6 crores. And one of the laws that we have seen on like this we encounter, I am sharing my personal experience. We have given the access for buckets actually. I asked a developer to create the bucket on his own and upload the log files. Unfortunately, what the developer done, he forgot to enable the versioning. What is versioning? If you delete the object, you can able to retrieve. So developer create the bucket and he is storing some files there. Like after a month, our work is done. I asked for him to delete the bucket. I'm sorry, like delete the files, empty the bucket. What I thought like he enabled the bucket versioning. Unfortunately, he is not enabling the versioning. Now, will I able to retrieve the data? But if I don't give the permission for him to delete the objects, will he able to do it? So this is one of the issue. Okay. So like this, general issues will come in the permission level. So definitely the person who is working on IAM, he need to be very, 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 very careful. Okay. Or otherwise, you can see the loss, right? That's it. So any more queries still you are having? No, it's on different account. Of course, micro is also working fine. But for your batch, yeah. So online still any queries or doubts you are having, guys? IAM is very, very danger thing, I can tell. Huh? Company, they can't cut from my salary, right? See, if I do something mistake, if they want me to cut from my salary, what I'll do? I'll put a termination letter for myself. I won't work with you anymore. Eh? Sir, how many DevOps in their work in MNC? Depends upon the project, Pallavi. We cannot say the rough number. Okay. For example, if I ask you like how many people living on your home, you might say five, you might say seven, you might say 10. If it is joint family, you might say 25, right? Here also in the organization, there is no fixed limit for it. But for startups, it will be less than 10. Less than 10 or less than 7, I can say. Why? Because for my organization, we are five people who completely manage the infrastructure for 11 different clients. And out of the five, one is a manager who is not going to work anymore. So we are four members. One is a fresher. So we are three experienced people who work for the entire infrastructure end to end. But like one of my friend is working for MNC. For there, he's having the team of like 12 members in the DevOps. But after not having the enough project, they have been fired. Can you tell me day-to-day activities of DevOps? Definitely in the last class, that is what we are going to discuss. Don't worry, Tramu. If I tell you day-to-day activities, you cannot understand. Why? Because if I tell, I'll tell you about Terraform. How can you understand about Terraform? So day-to-day activities will be given to you in the last class. Don't worry. After completing of all the tools, then only I can be able to explain. Then only you can be able to understand. So Bhavani, sir, Nexus and Tomcat interview questions, how interviews can ask. Basically, I have given some of the scenarios, right? In that scenarios only, you will be getting the questions. Nexus, you won't get much questions. But Tomcat, I have given the scenarios, how to change port number, how to check the logs, how to change username and password, like this, admin activities. Those will be major questions. Yeah, that's what I'm telling. In Nexus, you won't get much interview questions. Even if they ask what is the port number or what is the requirement or how do you configure. Already configuration I said na. Tomcat without Tomcat, how can you deploy the application? For free tier, it is not chargeable. If it is 5 GB, more than 5 GB, it is chargeable. Less than 5 GB it is not chargeable. We're talking about S3 only, na? Hmm. Sir, how many more sessions are available? I can say 10. 10 more, mostly. No. Terraform. Terraform will take 8 minimum. Minimum 8. AWS will take minimum 3 days from now. But because I have S3 to cover tomorrow, and I'll be having CLI and RDS. CLI RDS we can cover in single day. It's fine. So mostly 12 days you can expect. Minimum 12 days from now. That means tomorrow will be the Saturday, next week, and then upcoming next week. By coming from next second week of Saturday, our course is going to be completed. Okay. Next month first week I can say. By next month first week we can wrap the course. Splunk is a monitoring tool, just like Prometheus and Grafana. It's like a logging and monitoring tool. Yep. Splunk is a even Prometheus Grafana is a company. They will monitor that. They will create the tools and give for us. Yep. Okay then. So guys, let's meet on tomorrow's session with a new topic. Have a great day. Bye all. Thank you. Thank you everyone.